got our groove. Let's listen to it before we move on. Now, if you can get one bar to feel like that, you are definitely on your way. So what we're going to do now is make that one bar 2 bars. And we're working basically with 1 bar phrases because it just feels so good. So we're going to do an intro of 1 bar. Or, I'm sorry, we're going to do an intro of 2 bars. And we're not going to use the whole track. We're going to pyramid into the whole track. So we're going to start with, we're going to mute the drums, and we're just going to put our little keyboard line in the beginning. Nice. And we are going to add some drums in there. So let me do this. Control R, actually not Control, but Apple R brings up this region, and we're just gonna say 8 copies, hit enter, and boom, that's what it does. That's a cool key command. All right, so after our 2 bar intro, that's our key part, let me put that in there. It's just so I don't forget. Shift Option in. And so the beginning is the key part. And then the drums. And then the bass. Very common intro to a lot of songs. A lot of people will do, you'll hear, turn on my headphones. Yeah, EQ it, sweet it up. Yeah, we in the house. And then we're waiting for what's called a drop. When that bass comes in, there is a drop. So let's make this bass, or actually, yeah, well, we'll just call it bass. And this is going to be the kit. What I like to do is generally work in 4 bar. Let's see. Let's put all of these. Here it is. Drums come in 2. So let's just do that. There we go. What I'm doing is just basically, so when I look at what I'm arranging or setting up the form, I like everything to be in uniform. I set up my own key commands by, and there's my markers. My own key commands are Control, I think 0, or no, it was a Control K. Yep. And so I can set my own key commands here, whatever's comfortable with me. So when I'm doing this, if I highlight the regions I want, I just hit the little plus equal right next to the delete, and it gives me, it just does it for me. So everybody's key commands aren't the same, but here we are. So we've got our intro, we're all in, and you hear that ding ding, you hear that bell. Now we are into what we would call, I guess, a verse. And we're not going to do 16. We're not going to do a 16 bar verse. We're going to do a 12 bar verse because 12 is the new 16. So let's do this. This is 4. Yeah. So let's count 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we need 2 more. So we'll put 2 in there. 11, 12. Oh, we don't need this last one. But this, yeah. So the verse is going to be like this. Let's listen to the drums in here. So that in the verse, we need to take something out to kind of empty it. And we're going to take out our little chimey thing. And now we've got. So we listen to the verse part. We still need to do something to make it a little bit more like kind of, because we're coming from here. And then we're going to here. It sounds the same. Now that's when somebody will either sing or rap. It sounds more like a rap track. But if we can make it simpler, that would be great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the bass. I'm going to go in to see what I do have. And I'm going to take out everything. I can mute it, but just the boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm going to do. So watch this. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to do it 4. Okay. And we can just do 1. So now we have on the verse. So coming from here. So whatever our hook is. So excuse me. The keys part now, even though it's cool, it might still be busy. We probably want to keep that. We just want to simplify it a little bit. And to make it so when the chorus does come back in, so here's the verse. When the chorus does come back in, which is this right here, let's move that over there. It's good, but if we have that cluck 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 through the whole song, guaranteed you'd be fatigued of it. As dope as it sounds, people don't want all sugar. They don't want frosting on the whole cake. They don't want a little piece of cake and then the rest of it frosting. No, you don't eat a bowl of spaghetti sauce. You gotta have spaghetti in there. That makes sense. Anyway, so let's find out what I played because I forgot. And that's generally what happens when I'm writing. I try to keep things. I don't like to hoard my ideas and use the same thing over and over again. Although sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I do. So here we've got A, D, F. A, D, F. So those are the notes that I'm playing. And if I highlight this A, D, F, and then I come over here, 3 notes selected, it should tell me what here it is. 3 notes selected, D minor. Isn't that crazy? That's a D minor chord. So if you ever want to know, and it's just good to know these types of theory because you might want to have a keyboard player come over and say, hey man, I need this to be simpler and this is what I played. And you just highlight it. You can even send them this chart because Logic will let you, if you hit escape and you go down to camera tool, and then you highlight after you in the camera tool, if you highlight the whole page and click, you could tell it I want a PDF or I want something else. That's why I love Logic so much. No other DAW has built-in scoring. Pro Tools, Studio One has scoring, but it's a separate app. Cubase, I can't remember if it does. Ableton, I know it doesn't. And if I'm wrong, leave it in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong because that's how you learn. Yeah. So we're playing a D minor chord. So let's highlight this. And let's do that. All right. Clear. Or we could use a different sound, but let's see what this sounds like. And we go. All right, so what that is and we can repeat that. I like to check to see how my timing is. And if you look at all of this, that's called human error. That's beautiful. It's just gorgeous. Like they're not too far off. And if you listen to it in the track, it's not. If you take the drums out, you could kind of hear the timing get crazy. But for what it is, I mean, wow, okay, I'll take that. What we might want to do is just use a different sound. And we're going to go to what I love to use, and that's Omnisphere. Omnisphere, I've had this for I don't know how many years, and I still haven't gone through all the sounds. It's probably like 20,000, maybe 40,000 sounds on this program, and I just can't get through everything. And they keep adding. I keep updating. So I have it where my projects, show projects, these are all the... All right, are you not showing the projects? Show projects. There they go. What are we doing here? All right, so let's go here. All right, here's my projects. Keyboards, hits, bits. Let's try hits and see what we got. Let's try Brainball. No. Since short, let's see what we got with shorts. And I get to rate some of the sounds. Let's try the Cedar's Pluck. I could do that, but I don't know what the guy's rapping about. So if I'm going to add something extra, I need to know what he's going to be rapping about, he or she. It is a cool sound. It sounds cool. But if I leave the track blank without any kind of, oh, well, this sounds like this, so I should rap like that. No, if I leave it blank, I might be able to do the extra stuff later. We could do that. Or we could just leave it blank. So coming in here. That's what we're going to do. We're going to send this to a writer. We leave it blank, 12 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then come back in. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And do it again. And we're going to do the verse again. Back to the verse. Hello. Track's done. We just need the writer to make a concept, write some lyrics, and then over this verse part, then we can add some more sounds to accent and talk about what it is the subject matter is. If we don't know what the subject matter is, then we don't want to coerce, or we don't want to induce or make a suggestion. We want the writer to hear the vibe and go, oh, this is what I'm thinking about. So we don't want to put too much in. At least that's what I don't. I put enough in to inspire. And then we're back to the hook. And we do the hook out. Look, we're at a minute. Oh, we're at 2 minutes, which is cool. We only need 1 more minute, and we could do that hook again. This time, double the hook, but double the hook, and on the second time around through the hook, we can play games. You know, we can take the drums out. And then bring everything back in. And then that's when we do our shout outs. And what I like to do is I call it flex. We flex. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. A lot of songs literally are that long. We could get it up to 3. We could easily with a longer intro or a third verse, but right now we just want the form. So when the writer writes their hook and their verse, then what we do is we go back and we add music to the hook and the verses, depending on what they're talking about. And then we do the transitions to set up all of these things. We don't want to do all of that now because, frankly, we don't know what they're writing about. We're just vibing off of this. So, next thing we're going to do is some transitions. We're just going to assume somebody wrote about something. Or, you know what? Leave a comment and let me know what you're feeling. And I will pick one and I will make the track about what's being felt. I might even rap myself and record that. All right. Talk to you.